Yes, people, good evening. Game week 2 of the Premier League season is finally here. I know I've got my Juventus shirt on, but it does have Ronaldo, a Premier League legend here, a GOAT, so respect that. But I will fix that. Guys, welcome back. Josh, welcome back to the channel. It's been a it's been a few days since we last spoke. I think about the United Arsenal game since we last spoke. No, sorry, it was the Premier League game week 1 review since we last spoke after the Leeds Everton game. Bro, welcome back, man. It's been a good few days, isn't it? And yeah, let's go.
It's been a good few days for Arsenal, I can tell you that. We'll start off with FPL, I think, because the deadline is in 14 minutes, and then
Yep,
we'll talk a bit about the transfers that have gone on, and then we'll get into the Premier League Game Week 2 preview because there's a lot of good games going on, and I
100%.
can't wait for a few of them.
Guys, we're one sub away from 410. Let's get there and let's move on to 420 subs, guys. Just keep going on every single 10 subs. We're going to keep on going. We're going to keep on rolling. And let's get 15 likes on the video, people. 15 likes on the video and let's go. Josh, obviously we have the FPL and yeah, I mean, quite quite a few, quite a few busy days. Obviously, I'd say the last few hours we were talking about who we're going to captain at FPL, who we're going to have as the captain, as your transfers. Obviously, I've made one transfer to last week, so my team's as follows. I've only made one move, so I had Mickey Van de Ven. Should I bring it up now, or you want me to?
No, not yet, not yet. I haven't got the stuff up.
Right, cool.
Carry on.
Let me know when you have it up, yeah. So I've got my team is as follows. I've got Matt Sells in goal, Gabriel, Aitnuri, Kukurea, and Renildo, who was my transfer from Mickey Van de Ven because I transferred him out. He was playing Man City, so I was a bit like, is he going to get a clean sheet here? I'm not so sure. So I made the move 4.5. Yeah, I actually saved 0.5 as well because obviously Renildo was like he's 4.0. I still have NDI in midfield. I don't know why. Maybe I should maybe maybe I should have transferred him out instead. Mo Salah, Kudos, Reinders, Haaland, who is my captain this week, by the way. He is my FPL captain. Just
I
to,
changed
just,
that.
just to get out there. And João Pedro. And yeah, that's my team as this week. So this is my team so far. People, if you can not really can see it, but that's just what I did as of right now. Josh, let's see your team, my friend. Let's see what you've got to. Let's see what you've got installed for this week.
Well, it'll come up in a few minutes. It's just loading. Those who are long-time viewers of this channel will know how shit my computer is. I can tell you what I've got. I can tell you what I've got now. I've changed to a three at the back because of Frimpong's injury,
Yep.
and I think Twanzebe is only 75% fit or whatever according to the app. So I decided to leave him on the bench as well. I've got
Right.
Matt Sills in goal. I've got Gabriel. So far I'm just like Akerman, and then I've got Cucurella and Ian Matson. Now Ian Matson's a bit of a risk because he didn't play for Villa in the first game, but considering they're playing Brentford, who are quite poor at the minute, I reckon he'll come off the bench and I don't know, score me 1 or 2 points. At the end of the day, you feed off scraps with defenders a lot of the time. And then in my midfield, I've got I think his name's Tyler Adams for Bournemouth. They're playing Wolves at home, and Wolves are quite a poor side. So I thought, he'll probably, hopefully, he'll get an assist or chip in with a goal. I opted to leave Dewsbury Hall out. I've got Rangers in midfield alongside Mohamed Salah, who I didn't captain or vice captain this week. And who are my other two? Let me check quickly. Wait a minute.
Pedro, João Pedro. I'm sure you have João Pedro. I think remember last week
I
you
don't
said
I don't have João Pedro.
you have Erling Haaland. Well, I think it's frozen there. I'll be back in with people.
Don't worry, I'll be back. Don't worry, I'm back. My other one is Morgan Rogers in midfield. I'm doing a 3-4-4.
Morgan Rogers.
Yeah,
And then
Morgan Rogers, fantastic player. And I've got a front three of Guyu for Sunderland, who didn't come off the bench in his first game, but hopefully he will. He's playing Burnley, so hopefully he does come off the bench.
he's on my
And
bench.
good man. And I've got Haaland and Gyökeres as well as my other two strikers. I decided to captain Gyökeres over Haaland this week because I predict Gyökeres to score a hat trick against Leeds.
Right.
And I've changed my prediction for Man City Spurs. I think it'll be a low scoring game. And
Right.
even if Haaland does score, I don't think I'll captain him. I think Gyökeres will bag
That's fair.
more than one goal against Leeds. So I'll
Yeah.
get it up in a minute. I just need to log in. But
I decided to captain Haaland because I felt like maybe he's going to bag 2 goals this week. I don't know why. I don't think he might bag this week. Last week, look, Salah was the less of a risk because obviously he was playing Bournemouth at home. Obviously, there was more of a chance of him bagging more goals. Obviously, on opening game week, you know who the captain is, Mo Salah. Salah is the guy on game week 1. Like, he always gets it.
it's either Salah or Haaland.
Yeah, it's pretty much them two, to be honest with you. And obviously, Haaland bagged 2 goals against Wolves. I'm gonna put my captains. I'm gonna put the captain's armband on Haaland this week. So that is Haaland as my captain. I do, however, what's your bench looking like though? My bench is Kelleher. I have Estive from Burnley. I've got Mainu, and I've got Marcuyu. That's my bench. What's your bench looking like?
That's a strong bench. Well, my bench consists of 2 defenders that are injured, in Twanzebe and Jeremy Frimpong. I think Jeremy Frimpong, he'll bag a few assists for Liverpool, so rather than doing the hassle of transferring him out, I'll just keep him in, ready for September's games. So like I said, I've got Frimpong and Twanzebe there, alongside Austin, one of Spurs' backup keepers, and I've got Dewsbury Hall on the bench as well. I did consider putting him in the first team, but I think Brighton are a better team than Wolves, who Bournemouth are playing, so I opted for Adams instead. I think Dewsbury Hall might do well in Everton's first game at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, but I trust Bournemouth to beat Wolves more than I do Everton to beat Brighton. So, and you'll see the team any minute now. Here it is. I'll screen record. I'll share the screen.
No worries, bro.
So, carry on and get Akiv into 410 subs as well. I'll let you carry on with that.
One sub needed for 410, but also, like I said, my birthday is in October. I'm not going to reveal the dates because I just don't want to. 410 subs today, if we can get there, and let's get to 500 by then. That's the goal is to get to 500 before my birthday in October. That's the goal, people. So come on, keep pushing. And today, let's just get to 420. 420 subs today, people. Come on, let's go. But obviously, Josh has read his team out. And who was your striker again on the bench? Who was your striker?
No, I've got no strikers on the bench. I've put all 3 of my strikers in the team, and I'm showing my screen now.
Midfielder in the team. What was it again?
I left Dewsbury Hall on the bench.
Okay. So
here's my team.
That's your team there. Scroll down to your bench again, just so I want to see quickly. Who's your goalkeeper on the bench?
Austin. Spurs backup keeper. You know, I mean, only 4 million. I wanted to budget. You know.
That's awful. But guys, if you want any tips in your sorry, I didn't catch what you were saying.
Hey, no. I was just saying, I respect your opinion, but I respectfully disagree. You know.
No, I was just saying, guys, if you have any tips, if you have any questions to ask us about FPL, please do so in the chat. We'll kindly we'll kindly answer you back and obviously recommend a few moves. If you have any moves you want to make and you're unsure, feel free to ask us. You know, we're always here to help. And yeah, but Josh, I do have to ask you something. Eze to Arsenal. The way you guys hijacked Tottenham, fair play. Like, that was a move that up for the ages. And also, apparently apparently Arsenal are preparing a presentation with Sol Campbell in the background. If I'm not mistaken, apparently, from what I've seen, they're trying to prepare Sol Campbell as the presentation just to see what you stole off Tottenham again. But talk to me, bro. That's a move for the ages, in my opinion. That's crazy.
Well, I have to say, they better put Sol Campbell in that announcement video.
Oh,
but anyway, they better. Come on. But I do feel like it'll be like the Gyökeres announcement. It'll be a bit rushed because I think we'll want to unveil him for the Leeds game. You know, in front of the cameras. It's a 5:30 kickoff in the UK for some reason. Arsenal versus Leeds at home seems to be the quintessential 3 o'clock game, but Who knows? But listen, like for those that have watched this channel for a fairly long time, particularly like tuning in during the summer, you know how much I've been banging on about Eze Akivin. I've constantly gone on about him and how much he would improve us. Not even in his best position in the 10. Let's face it, Arteta's never going to drop Erdegaard. Even playing him on the left, I think he'll be a game changer. And honestly, my only worry with it is nothing to do with the signing. It's nothing to do with him as a player or how he'll fit in. It's the fact that he'd be going to Spurs if Kai Havertz didn't get injured.
Right.
That is a big worry. I mean, it's no secret that this club lacks ambition. Well, to an extent, when it comes to going that final hurdle. And the fact that we had to, like, this club isn't proactive, it's reactive. And that's a big, big problem, you know.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, when you sign Eberechi Eze off the back of Kai Havertz getting injured, you can only be happy about it, can't you? And, you know, Gyökeres, we saw against Manchester United, he was making good runs, but no one was finding him. No one was threading him. He was getting in behind, but no one was passing him the ball. He wasn't able to receive the ball that many times. With Eze, I think his luck's going to change, and Gyökeres will start bagging. I said it. I said it 1 or 2 streams ago. He'll bag, and that's why he's my FPL captain, as you guys saw a few minutes ago. But yeah, man, I love Eze as a player. You know that. Yeah,
Sorry. Continue.
so you saw me buzzing in the group chat and whatnot.
Yeah, I did.
You know, because early in the day I was talking to Cameron. You know, those of you may know Cameron from AN Sports' tennis streams.
Yes.
I was telling him in our group chat that we're not signing anyone else. You know, the transfers are done in terms of incomings. You know, the season's already started. But man, when you sign Eberechi Eze, I'm just so happy. And the fact that he's coming back after getting rejected by Arsenal in 2011, you know, and he was in tears and everything. You know, go and prove the club wrong. Go and prove to the club that we should have kept you, and our futures would have been better if you did. Go and win us a trophy, man, please. I'm starving. Even if it's Carabao Cup, I just want a trophy, man. Come on. And the expectations should be higher than a Carabao Cup. But
yeah,
you know, even the Carabao Cup, I'd be happy.
It should be. I mean, you guys are definitely, in my opinion, should be contending for the Premier League. Like you have to be contending for the Prem now. I still think you need a backup striker, though. However, because obviously Kai Havertz is now out injured, I reckon you do need a backup striker for Gyökeres if he does get injured. I'm not so sure who you guys might be looking at in terms of obviously the player, but like I said, you need a backup for Gyökeres because now that Havertz is out, who's going to play up top if he's injured? Max Dalman is not a striker. Ranieri cannot play up top. Saka is not going to play up top. Who do you play up top? I don't see you playing. Sorry, go on.
We've got a few contenders up front. Obviously we had to play Mikel Merino up front for the second half of last season. Yeah, yeah. Although he didn't do badly. I mean, 2 assists at the Bernabeu, scored against Real Madrid, scored against Chelsea, which is always good. Scored against Liverpool as well, twice that season, funnily enough, twice last season. We've also got Martinelli back in play there. In my opinion, Martinelli's a striker. It's no coincidence that his best goal output in a season for Arsenal came when he was constantly getting into central positions. And I even talked about Merino at Anfield. That same game, Martinelli scored after drifting into the centre. So, and Trossard, he's played centre forward for Arsenal before. He's played as a centre forward for Brighton before. I think he's even played there for Belgium a few times when Lukaku hasn't been available. Yeah. So I feel like Kai Havertz, I mean, Arteta loves him. So naturally, he's going to make it a miss, if you know what I mean. It's going to be a big miss because Arteta loves him so much. But for me, we've got more than enough adequate replacements as backup for Gyökeres.
Yeah, I think Kai Havertz is a very, very hard-working player, to be honest with you. I don't rate Kai Havertz to the extent that people do. I think he's a very hard-working player. Like, that's the one thing that I do give his plaudits. He works hard every time he plays on that pitch. Every time he comes onto the pitch for Arsenal, every time he comes off the bench or whatever it is, that guy is a workhorse. He makes good runs, but at the same time, he's not the world-class level. But at the same time, you need some of that hard-working player. You need that work ethic in your team, that work rate up top.
You hit the nail on the head. Like I even told you when we were reviewing the Manchester United Arsenal game, I
Yeah,
gave props to Kai Havertz when he came off the bench because he worked effortlessly, winning free kicks, which is what he's probably best at as a footballer, which isn't the greatest thing. But I mean, you talk about hard work. Marino is just as hard working, and if anything,
yeah,
I'd rather
100%.
him up front than in midfield because in midfield he's an absolute donkey. So I think we won't. I don't think we'll be missing him much. I mean, Arteta will be missing him like his
Yeah,
son, but realistically, we won't be missing him in my opinion. Touch
mm,
wood, obviously. And obviously Martinelli and Trossard, for me, they're more than capable of playing centrally. Martinelli more so. So we better get used to them. And
yeah, you,
Trossard, you've got a pay rise now. Step up if you're needed,
mm,
or when you're needed.
100%. Um, who else do you think that you need? What are the positions do you think Arsenal will need going into this season?
Well, quick leeway. 100 people watching that is insane, but shows the growth of the channel. Absolutely brilliant, Akadem. Congrats. But in terms of Arsenal, listen. Right, I want to get this out of the way because I don't think he should be replaced. But if I'm being really, really, really harsh, I think David Raya in for a better keeper. But like I said, that is being really, really harsh.
Ooh,
That is being really harsh. And obviously, Eze, his best position isn't as a winger, but I think he'll play there because Arteta's never dropping Odegaard.
but
He's never dropping Rice, and Zubimendi's just signed. He's not going to drop him straight away.
but
So I think Eze will play on the left, and we won't need a left winger at the minute.
do you, do you not think that? Sorry, cutting you. Do you not think
That's right.
Kepa is going to provide competition for Raya now that he's at the club? Do you not think that's going to provide enough competition for him?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, in our group chat and what have you, I mean, I've established that apart from Madueke and Norgard, who's injured, by the way, Arteta confirmed in the press conference earlier today,
Yeah,
I'm really happy with all the signings. Kepa is a more than adequate backup, and especially for £5 million. Listen, I've said many times on this channel, I fucking hate the fact that we always shop in Chelsea's garbage bin. But for Kepa, I think it's not bad at all.
yeah.
He's more than established.
He had a
He's a
good year.
winner.
He had a good
Pun?
season with last year. To be fair, he was good
Yeah,
for Bournemouth. So
exactly. He's more than capable. He's a really good backup for £5 million. Having said that, Raya is still going to be a number one, and you saw why at Old Trafford. And listen, I'm not going to say, listen, get me Donnarumma or get me whoever you're linked with. I can't remember his name, and replace Raya. I'm not going to say that. But if I'm
Lamens,
being really, really harsh, and if we're operating
Lamens,
on Man City
who United
levels,
agreed to deal with, by the way, who United have already agreed to sign, by the way, they've agreed personal terms already. So that looks like it's going to happen. So Sene Lamens is possibly on his way to Man United,
that's his
and
name.
Onana might be dropped for the season. You know, I can't lie. But sorry, continue, bro. Continue.
No, like I said, Akivan. I mean, I guess this goes down to the debates that we're seeing all over social media about Arteta. For me, there's not a very clear upgrade we can make on the squad right now. There's not like a position that is glaring out for an improvement.
Right.
So for me, and I've shown you my chats with Cam on Twitter and whatnot, I think we've got the squad to win and win big. I don't think we've got the manager to win big.
Right.
I think we do need to get rid of Arteta, as I've said countless times, and you're free to disagree with me and whatnot. You know, you're more than free to put it in the live chat. But for me, we need a serial winner, like a Hansi Flick, or a Luis Enrique, or a Carlo Ancelotti, or even an Antonio Conte or a Julian Nagelsmann. Someone that has proven that he has done it before. Because Arteta, 5 straight seasons, essentially down the drain. Listen, you've got us competing, but you can't get us over the line, and you've proven you can't get us over the line. So, respectfully, rip up his contract, get a serial winner in, and I reckon we've got a really good chance of doing something big this season.
I hear you, bro. Obviously, the FPL deadline has passed, so obviously no more FPL. Chelsea, West Ham, first game away at the Olympic Stadium for Chelsea. Let's get into it because obviously Chelsea
London.
it dropped 0-0, dropped 1 point, dropped 2 points to Crystal Palace at home, drew 0-0 at home. Couldn't score, but this weekend Chelsea look like they're going in with more confidence, with more hope that they can beat their London rivals again. Obviously, they beat West Ham 3-0 last year. This year they're looking to continue that. and go for all 3 points. But Josh, I want to know your opinion on this game. Obviously, the game does kick off in about an hour and a half, uh, roughly an hour and a half. So we're gonna preview this game first, and then we're gonna preview the rest of the games. So Josh, let's go this game.
Well, I do. If there are any West Ham fans watching, I do apologise, but I do think you're getting slapped tonight.
That's
Like they're an absolute shambles. It's clear to see that. I think they've had a pretty piss poor summer window, and I mean, you only had to watch their game against Sunderland to see that something's not quite right.
yeah.
I mean, it's one game into the season, and West Ham fans are calling for Graham Potter's head already. So it looks like curtains on the wall. And I don't think West Ham will get relegated, but I think they'll be in and around the conversation until about March, April.
Right.
So for that reason, and the fact that I think Chelsea will be in title contention up until December because they've got a really nice fixture list to start off, I'm going for a 3-0 Chelsea win.
Interesting. Obviously, João Pedro didn't do much in his debut last week. I did say last week in the review that Chelsea might be, it might just be the Club World Cup hangover. Like they weren't really up for the season, if you could say, because preseason there was no pressure. You know what I'm trying to say? There was no preseason pressure compared to game one of the. Sorry, were you gonna say?
So I thought you called for Club World Cup a friendly competition. If there's any Chelsea fans watching, that's gonna piss them right off, and you know what Chelsea fans are like. Okay. That's correct.
I didn't say the Club World Cup was a bad thing. I meant the Club World Cup, that the timing of it and the amount of games that was happening. Okay, the Club World Cup, a 2-game Club World Cup with the same old format. Maybe I would say, okay, cool. You're kind of, used to you're kind of used to that format, because this is the first time that they've changed it. You know what I'm trying to say? They've changed the Champions League format. They've changed the World Cup format. So they're changing a lot of tournaments. They've changed a lot of the way how UEFA tournaments go. Aside from, obviously, that was FIFA. They made it like a real World Cup tournament with like a lot of teams in it as well. But do I think Chelsea will win this game? I think they will, because I think they'll bounce back. Maybe last week was like a wake up call. Maybe they were playing a tougher side in the league. Obviously, it's the first game of the season. I think Palace were up for it. I think Chelsea, maybe they didn't look like they were up for it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think Chelsea were up. I don't think they were up for it last week. However, this week is a different week. It's a new week for a lot of clubs. Hopefully, obviously our clubs can do better. But Chelsea, listen, they should be winning this game quite comfortably. And you and I spoke about the West Ham not incident, but the way the West Ham have been operating in the last, like, let's say, the last few seasons. I did post a clip about that, people, so go check that one out. But I did post a clip on my channel. Like I said, if West Ham are in the shambles that they are right now, and they get relegated, they'll struggle to come back up, big time, because the ownership is a huge issue. And in my opinion, West Ham right now, yeah, I'm sorry, but good luck, because it's just, I kind of feel sorry for their fans, because I know how it feels like as a United fan to be poorly run, and I know the state of my club right now ain't all that great, and I know West Ham fans. I know some of them that they're not happy with the state of their club, and a lot of their players as well, bro. I can't lie to you. A lot of their players as well, man. Like they just don't look up for it. A lot of their players are in scandals. A lot of their players they don't care. They don't want to be there. Their futures are up in the air. So I think this is a straightforward Chelsea win, if you ask me. I'm going to go 3-0 Chelsea. Or 3-1 Chelsea. I think Chelsea will slap them 3-1. I think West Ham will get a consolation goal. Obviously, West Ham have beaten Chelsea in their bad times before, but I just think this time around, Chelsea with the new squad, like I said, João Pedro, he's waiting to bag his first goal for Chelsea, official Premier League goal for Chelsea. They have Gittins, they've got a lot of good players. Obviously, Chelsea haven't confirmed with Xavi Simons yet. I know I mentioned Xavi Simons a lot when I talk about Chelsea, but I don't know when that's going to happen. But Chelsea, like I said, all they need to do now is just get their first win of the season and probably just move on to next week. I don't know who they play next week, but listen, next week is the last week before the international break, and I know, and time flies, and time flies. So yeah, I'm gonna go 3-0 to West Ham. I wish,
I wish,
I
yeah.
wish, but it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be 3-0 to West Ham. We're 3-0 to Chelsea. 3-0 Chelsea. Absolute blunder there for me. I meant 3-0 Chelsea. I would love a 3-0 West Ham win, but I don't see that
You better
happening.
clip that just in case.
I will. I'll try. 3-0 Chelsea. I think João Pedro will bag his 2 goals. I need. Hey, by the way, FPL. If any FPL players have João Pedro, yeah, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. We all had João Pedro last week and he didn't bag. I feel your pain, FPL players. I feel your pain. So yeah, Chelsea, 3-0, 3-0 Chelsea. What's the next game? Oh, Man City Tottenham. That's the early kickoff game. 12:30 p.m. UK kickoff time. Let's go, man. Let's talk about that game, man. City slapping Wolves in their first game of the season, 4-0. Rangers, impressive debut. Turkey, impressive debut. Haaland with 2 goals. Ait Nuri, impressed against Wolves. Spurs also winning 3-0 in the first game against Burnley. Richarlison bagging 2 goals, and Brennan Johnson getting 1 as well. But obviously Spurs with a couple of injuries. Madison's out injured for the season. Kulusevski's out for a while. And they're yet to sign another player. But obviously they're being linked to Morgan Rogers and all like that. But we'll get into that.
It ain't Eze.
Eze.
Sorry, Spurs fans.
No. I sent you a video of a Spurs fan driving behind a car with a license.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah. Talk to me about this game, man, because I feel this could go either way. This could go either way, genuinely.
Well, I see what you mean. Thomas Frank has won here before, November 2022. Ivan Toney with a brace, if I'm not mistaken. Chat might be able to update me on that. But yeah, Thomas Frank has proven he can win here before, and Spurs have proven they can win here before. They won here 4-0 last season.
Yeah.
But I do think Man City will win. It won't be straightforward. To be honest, I think it'll be a pretty dire game. I'm thinking like there's only going to be 1 or 2 goals in it. I hope Haaland doesn't score because I made Yoker as my captain this weekend. But yeah, I mean, if Spurs manage to get Morgan Gibbs-White and Eze over the line, I'd be a lot more confident they'd get something here. But as you say, with Maddison, with his ACL, Kulusevski's out. I think they've got a few more injuries as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, they've been there and done it before. Tottenham at the Etihad many a time. But I do think this will be a step too far. I think Thomas Frank, he is going to make Spurs a lot better defensively. But I think City will break them down. And I think it'll be a 1-0 or 2-0 City win. It won't be great viewing for a lunchtime kickoff in the UK, but you know, Man City will keep marching on. They're my personal Premier League champions this year. And I think they'll show again today. 2-0 City.
I can't lie. City look good. City look impressive. But obviously Thomas Frank, Spurs, new lease of life. Maybe they might want to go for it. Maybe they're thinking, oh, this is Man City. We've won here once the last year. We drew 3-3, drew 2-2. They've gone to the Etihad in recent times and gotten results. They really have, and they know how to get results. They know how to get results away at Man City. Tottenham. If you ask me, it's Man United and Tottenham are the two teams that know how to get a result away at Man City. These 2 teams know how to get a result away at Man City, and I say Man United because we have gotten results. We have beaten them in recent times. Obviously, last season being 2-1. In the early days, we won there a couple times, 3 times in fact. Arsenal almost won there last season.
Do not remind me.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of clubs won there. To be fair, last season, a lot of teams won there last year. Even Liverpool won there last year. Even Tottenham, Chelsea lost there last year. But even then, like, forget all of that, right? Man City look a different team this season. They look like a rejuvenated Man City side with Rangers. Like I said, they have Turkey now. They've got Ait Nuri. They've got some good replacements in there. I just think Man City might need a right back. A right back will do for them, for me. And yeah, I just think that's what City are missing. But Spurs obviously missing Kulusevski, missing Maddison, obviously losing Heung-min Son to LAFC in the summer. They still need to replace him. Spurs linked with a few players. Tottenham don't know what's going to happen. But over the years, like I've been saying, they know how to get results away at Man City. And I think they're going to get a result. But it will not be a Spurs win. It'll be a 2-2 draw. I reckon it'll be a 2-2 draw.
It's funny you say that.
Because I just think Spurs over the last few years, like I said, they know how to get a result away at Man City. They're one of the only clubs that can actually get something away at Man City, even with a depleted side. We've seen it before. They've had injuries and yet still gone to Man City and gotten something. So I'm not going to write Spurs off, even with Thomas Frank. Because don't forget, Thomas Frank went away with Brentford. Don't forget, Thomas Frank went to Man City with Brentford and won their 2-1. So Thomas Frank can get a result. He knows how to get a result away at Man City. He's done it before. And he did the double over Man City that year as well. So listen, I'm not gonna write Spurs off. I'm not gonna write Man City off either. But I just think I'm gonna settle it with a draw. I reckon a draw is a fair result. I'm gonna go with a 2-2 draw because obviously two sides who know how to match up against each other. And yeah, let me get to the comments real quick. The comments are flowing. Center back depth is next level for City. Ruben Diaz, Akanji, Gavardio.
John Stones.
Is Gavardio back fit or is he still injured?
I think he's injured until the international break's over, I think.
Right. But yeah, Man City got a lot of players as well. That's because Pep never plays defensive no matter what is unavailable. True. Pep does go all out for it. He does go out for it. He's not scared to try. Yeah. Spurs will play how they played versus PSG. That is true. Spurs, the way they played against PSG, just almost got over the line. If Spurs can play like that at the Etihad, I reckon they can get something. They can get something. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. Next game we're gonna talk about real quick.
It's funny you say 2-2 because the last time Spurs played City away in match week 2, they drew 2-2. If you remember the Jesus last minute winner that got disallowed for handball.
Yeah, it was a handball. Yeah, I remember that. Liverpool went on to win the league that year, man. That broke me.
No, is that an omen? I don't know.
Next up, we got Bournemouth against Wolves. Obviously, Bournemouth losing key players, but still, they're gonna play some good football. Semenyo looks like he's a bagsman this year. He looks like he's gonna score a lot of goals for them. Wolves depleted. Wolves losing a lot of players. Got slapped last week, and I reckon there'll be an easy Bournemouth win for me this week. I'm gonna go 4-0 Bournemouth. Genuinely, I think Bournemouth are gonna win 4-0. I think Semenyo will bag 2. I think Clivert will bag 1, and I think what's the other one again? Evan Nilsson will bag 1 as well. Yeah, that's my prediction. I'm gonna go 4-0 to Bournemouth. What are your thoughts on this game, bro? And give your prediction.
Well, I agree with you. I think Bournemouth will win. I don't think it'll be quite the 4-0 battering. I think it'll be a topsy-turvy 2-0 Bournemouth win.
Okay.
And I'm going to say Tyler Adams gets a goal contribution. I think his first name's Tyler because he's in my FPL. I'll go with a Semenyo goal and an Evan Nilsson goal. Doesn't sound very original, admittedly.
I should have considered Semenyo, to be honest. I should have considered bringing in Semenyo, to be honest with you.
Well, I don't want to do too many transfers too early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's their left back as well? I can't remember his name, but he played really well at Anfield. I forgot to say that 2 streams ago. I reckon they'll put in another decent performance. I think Wolves are deep in the relegation scrap this year, and Bournemouth will bounce back from that Anfield defeat with a 2-0 victory.
Trafford?
That's it, yeah.
Trafford, yeah. I mean, they replaced Kirkes with Trafford. I mean, Trafford did put in a good performance, but obviously they couldn't contain Liverpool. But yeah, I mean, you say Bournemouth. I say Bournemouth are gonna win. I reckon straightforward. Next game we're gonna have is next game that we have. I keep forgetting. Brentford, Aston Villa. Aston Villa up in the air with the way they've been playing this season. To be honest with you, obviously they drew 0-0 at home to Newcastle last week. Brentford losing a lot of key players. Like they're losing pretty much the whole team. They're losing the whole team, bro. Brentford. Wissa is gonna be gone to Newcastle soon, or even I don't know who he goes to. Wissa is gonna leave soon, and Brentford look like they're finished, bro. Genuinely.
Same.
team, man.
Oh,
I just think
I think that too.
I don't even want to talk about this game too much. 3-1 Aston Villa, bro. I'll be honest with you. Not even a prediction for me. Not even a preview for me. 3-1 Aston Villa straight up. That's my
I
prediction.
feel Aston Villa will win again. I think it'll be a 2-1 win. I feel they'll go 2-0 up. They'll get too comfortable, and then they'll let Brentford back in the game. And there'll be a topsy-turvy final 15-20 minutes, but Villa will hold on for the victory. I'll go with. I assume Morgan Rogers will be playing. I'll go with the Morgan Rogers and Ollie Watkins eventual winner.
Ollie Watkins.
Yeah.
Where he came from as well, didn't it? He came from Brentford as well.
Or as Cam will keep saying, I was born in the same hospital as Ollie Watkins. So Torquay, born and bred, or inbred in Cameron's case. But anyway, yeah, 2-1 Villa win.
I'm going to go 3-1 Villa. Burnley at home to Sunderland. Both sides getting promoted this season. Burnley still looking a bit iffy. Obviously, they've not had good seasons They've not had seasons in recent times defending their Premier League promotion. Sunderland looked like a very good side. Sunderland looked like the side that they might just finish higher this season than we think. Obviously, first game week they slapped West Ham at home 3-0. Maybe it was the first game factor. Who knows? Sunderland could die down, but do I think so? Probably not. They've got Mukiele. They signed Mukiele. They signed what do you call? What's his name again?
Granit Xhaka, Simon Edringer.
Right. Yes,
Edringer.
Edinburgh. So I mean, they look like a good side. Obviously, their left back Ronaldo. Who's the other player that scored again? Was it that scored last week for them? Their center back or something. The defender that scored for them last week.
I think. Oh, Daniel Ballard.
Ballard, thank you, Ballard.
Former Arsenal. Big up.
So Sunderland might be looking like a side that can pick up 6 points in their first 2 games. Genuinely. I'm going to go 3-1 Sunderland. I think Sunderland got this win. They'll continue the first goal of the season, but I reckon it'll be like scrappy. I reckon Sunderland will just go and destroy them from minute 1. They'll start the game off strong, and Sunderland will just go all guns blazing. 3-1 Sunderland.
I know this may make for quite boring viewing, but I agree with Akevin again. I think the only thing we haven't agreed on so far is the Man City Spurs result or outcome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do agree with you. I think Burnley are toast this season. I mean, their squad just isn't Premier League level, in my opinion. And I don't rate Scott Parker as a coach. Why he ever got the Club Brugge job, I never know. That is just pathetic. Same reason why Russell Martin's got the fucking Rangers job. And that's going well, isn't it? And I don't know why these like bang average English managers manage to get such prestigious jobs. But anyway, I think Burnley are dead certainties to go down, and I think Sunderland will beat them at Turf Moor. Ooh, I'll go with a 2-0 Sunderland win. Very professional. They'll get 6 points on the board. Granit Xhaka with a goal and assist.
I forgot Granit Xhaka. Yes, thank you for reminding me, Granit Xhaka.
Yeah, Arsenal, man. I'm in a good mood because of the Eze signing. I'll big him up, even though he only gave us one good season instead.
I'm gonna go 4-1. I'm gonna say, and Granit Xhaka will score the 4th goal. I think you give it to I think what's his name again that scored this goal for them. Actually, let me bring it up. Let me bring it up. Yeah. Sorry.
It's all right.
Let me bring this up.
Try and get AN Sports 410 subs, people.
And Mayenda that scored, and Ballard obviously. But I'm gonna go with Edingra. I'm gonna say Edingra will score this week. I'm gonna say Mayenda will score again. I'm gonna say Taibi, and I'm gonna go Granit Xhaka 4-1. 4-1. So
fair enough, mate.
Big up to you, bro. Hope you well.
Good win for Madrid.
Sorry?
Good win for Madrid, even though they played like shit.
Even though they played
I mean, it's all about the 3 points.
100%.
That's what I said at Old Trafford.
And speaking of scrappy 1-0 wins, Arsenal leads. Arsenal leads. Preview of the game, Josh. I mean, obviously you're an Arsenal fan. Just give me your 10-minute preview of the game if you like.
10 minutes? Bloody hell.
However long you can get, man. Just preview the game, and I want you to give me your insight on who's fit. Who you fear most from Leeds.
Yeah,
Talk about
fair enough.
Arsenal, man. Just as a whole this season and going to this game.
Yeah. Well, both teams come off the back of a 1-0 victory in their first games. Um, Arsenal winning 1-0 at Old Trafford on Sunday. Leeds beating Everton on the Monday night. Now, I do feel that Leeds, because they've had a day less rest, that will factor in the fatigue levels, and Arsenal will take advantage of that. Uh, I mean, where do I even begin? I think Daniel Farke said in his press conference that it would be stupid to go away from Leeds' values in terms of their style of play. I think he said that in the press conference. And to me, I interpret that if we're looking at Leeds' history and even recent history, they're going to go for the win. They're going to go for the attack, which is perfect for Gyökeres on transition. So for that reason, I think Arsenal will put Leeds to the sword. I feel it will be a dominant 4-1 victory for the Gunners. Um, Keeping the season start strong after winning at Old Trafford. I think Gyökeres will bag a hat-trick, which is why I've made him my FPL captain, hitting Leeds on the transition and whatnot. And I think Saka will score as well. And I think, I can't pronounce his name, it's like Ngonto, I think, or Ngongo, Leeds winger.
Wilfred Nonto.
That's it, Nonto. Sorry, Englishman tongue. I can't
No.
pronounce names. Yeah, he seems like a really good player for Leeds. I don't know why Daniel Farke took him off against Everton. So I think he'll bag for Leeds as well, give them a bit of hope before Gyökeres puts them to the sword again. And yeah, 5:30 kickoff, which I find quite strange. This seems like the perfect 3 o'clock kickoff, but hopefully it'll be an enjoyable one, and I think it will. And hopefully Eze gets paraded around the Emirates as well. So yeah,
He
I think I've summed it up quite well.
He should. I think you guys play Crystal Palace next week, if I'm not mistaken.
No, we play Liverpool away.
Oh yeah, Liverpool away next week. We'll preview that next week, people. We'll preview that next week.
Can't wait.
But who do you fear most from that Leeds team? Like, who do you think is like the most dangerous? You said Nonso, but there was who's the guy that scored the penalty for them last week?
New signing. I can't remember his name. I don't know a lot of the Leeds players. Obviously, Daniel James on the counter attack will be quite tricky as well. I mean, we know from his time at Manchester United. I'm sure Akoven remembers his assist to Rashford for the Liverpool game.
Dan James, yes.
Yeah, Dan James. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of what's his name. Brendan Aronson.
Brendan Aronson.
Is that his name?
I
might be thinking of someone else.
Let me find that. Hold on a minute. Let me find that.
I think I might be thinking of the wrong player.
Hold on a minute, yeah? Let me
Yeah.
bring that up.
So I call myself a Prem Tard on YouTube and I don't even know much about Prem players. It's crazy.
No worries, bro. It's new players. You're good. New players. By the way, it's Lucas Nemecha that scored the penalty last week.
Nemecha.
Let me see. Was it Brendan Aronson? Yes, Brendan Aronson.
Yes, it is.
So they had Lucas Nemecha, Jack Harrison, Sean Longstaff, by the way, a very familiar name from Newcastle.
Winning against United in 2019.
Came on for a very good player from Leeds, who is Japanese, Ao Tanaka.
Yes, he played very well as well.
Ao Tanaka is a very good player. So big up to my fellow Asians in the Premier League always, man. You know what I mean? Gotta represent Asia as always. But yeah, Leeds looking relatively okay in the first game against Everton.
They were surprisingly solid defensively, which is not something you'd associate with a Daniel Farke team. Trust me, I'm from Norwich, yeah. I watched a lot of Daniel Farke Norwich games. Defending was very much on the back burner. So to see Leeds keep a clean sheet and shut Everton out was actually quite impressive. But obviously, I don't think he'll do the same thing at the Emirates, and I hope he doesn't either. So, I still predict a 4-1 win. Gyökeres hat-trick. Back that guy till the very end, till the bitter end.
What's your lineup for the game? What's your lineup for the game for this week?
Arsenal lineup.
Arsenal lineup.
I'll have Raya in goal, obviously. I'll have Lewis. Oh no, I'll give it to Calafiori. He scored the winner at Old Trafford. Calafiori, Gabriel, Saliba, and I'll play. I'll play Ben White again. Fuck it. We shouldn't need Timber's defensive duties against Leeds. I've got to be honest. No disrespect. Feel free to clip it, take the piss out of me in the next string, whatever. I don't think we'll need Timber. Zubimendi, Rice, Erdegaard, Martinelli, Gyökeres, Saka. Simple.
Okay.
Or even Martinelli or Madueke. We'll need to get some use out of Madueke because he's now been relegated to Saka's backup. So
I'm gonna say 3-0 Arsenal, and I hope you smack Leeds. Send them down. Send their fans humbled. You know what I mean? Send their fans to a humble town or something. Can't
War
stand
of
them.
Roses and whatnot.
Can't stand Leeds, bro. Honestly, hope they get relegated. Dinger also good.
Jermaine Beckford.
Sorry, Jermaine Beckford.
Oh yeah, the Leeds' winner at Old Trafford in 2010. I think.
Listen, we've got our revenge over the years. We've got our revenge over the years. No stress. 3-0 away. We got our 4-0 win in a friendly against them. Came back to Old Trafford, 6-2 win for 5-1, 4-2, 2-0, and all that sort. We continuously slap Leeds and another 2-0 win in Stockholm. But Leeds, yeah, I can't lie, they're looking okay. But hopefully they do get relegated. I don't like them. I don't want them to stay up. I'll be honest with you. As a United fan, you know why. Obviously we don't like each other. But hopefully that stays that way. But Leeds, Arsenal, 3-0 Arsenal at the Emirates. First home game of the season. Gyökeres will bag 1 or 2. And I think Saka will get 1. Because your first home game of the season, you don't always finish strong. You don't always start strong. I think over the years, Arsenal's first home games are not always the most convincing. But obviously, you guys... I think you guys will probably still get the win. I think it'll be a 3-0 win. Won't be the easiest 3-0 win, but it'll be a 3-0 win. I think in favor of. I think Arsenal will just wrap the game up and then just finish him off in the 80-something minute, and just ice the game. We will talk about this in a bit. Big up to you, Raja. Big up to you, bro. Hope you're well, my guy. Hope you're well. Tyler Dibbling going to Everton, 40 million package. Listen, that's a good deal. But
when Southampton quoting 100 million from.
Sorry?
When Southampton quoting 100 million from at one point.
Man United tax, that was the thing.
Oh, yeah, good point.
It was a Man United tax. New goalkeeper going to probably join. Yeah, Sané Lemens is going to join possibly. I wish it was Donnarumma, but listen, it is what it is. I can't say anything about it now. Well, Everton beefing up already got Jack G. Jack Grealish, I mean. Yeah, I was thinking it was Jack Grealish. Yeah, it was Jack Grealish. Louise has gone to Nottingham Forest. Pretty good CDM deal. Yeah, that's a good deal for Forest.
Very good.
Good player for them. I can't lie. Odegaard, Gabriel, and Gyökeres will score. I think. Okay. Cool.
We'll take that. Hopefully, Sam gets right.
3-1 Atletico Madrid 2.0. I think he's talking about Arsenal. Atletico Madrid 2.0 defensive. I think he's talking about you guys. Defensive. You guys are defensive. Like Atletico Madrid in a way. But listen, it is what it is.
Well, if Arteta delivers 2 league titles and takes us to 2 Champions League finals, I'll be happy playing defensive football. Nevertheless, he hasn't managed that. So
that's fair. The next game we're going to talk about is Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest. Obviously, Forest starting off the season
is a big game.
Palace starting off the season with a draw away at Stamford Bridge, and FA Cup winners, the current FA Cup winners versus. Do you know what it is? Do you know what this reminds me? Palace fans are going to want to win this game big time because you know how much they're hitting Nottingham Forest right now for stealing that Europa. They stole that Europa League place from them.
People talk about Newcastle versus Liverpool. This game has just as much spark to it.
It is.
This is a good weekend for Premier League football.
It is going to be that game. It's going to be a good game. But yeah, I reckon honestly, Crystal Palace obviously starting off the season with a Community Shield and a draw away at Stamford Bridge. Strong performances there. Should have won. And Forest 3-0 win at home at Brentford. Can't lie to you. Good performance.
3-1. I'm
gonna go with a 1-1 draw.
No, so I meant Nottingham Forest won 3-1 against Brentford.
Oh, sorry, 3-1. But yeah, I'll say my prediction again in a bit. Obviously Forest, Chris Wood still off the mark. Still a bagsman as he is. Crystal Palace losing Eze might affect them. Obviously, they just won last night. I think 1-0 in the Europe. Was it Conference League qualifiers? I think they
That's
won
it.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won 1-0 in the Conference League qualifiers, so they're pretty much 1 foot into the Conference League now. But I can't lie to you, Palace are looking a bit, they're looking a bit depleted now all of a sudden. If Gueye is now gone, Palace are looking like they're in trouble because they're going to their European campaign with just Adam Wharton and Mateta left to cling on to, and possibly Mitchell. Because if they leave, if them two leave, if Wharton leaves next season to a bigger club, if Mateta goes to another bigger club, who are they going to have? You know what I'm trying to say? But sorry, what were you going to say, bro?
No, Oliver Glasner said it himself. I mean, we're selling Eze, and
Yeah.
Gehi looks likely to leave, and we haven't got anyone in already.
Mm.
And this goes back to, managers calling out the owners. Because yes, it
Yeah.
puts them under risk. But if you're Oliver Glasner, who's just delivered Palace their first ever trophy, and has previous pedigree in winning trophies before
Yeah.
becoming Crystal Palace manager, you have the right to say that. I mean, it does look as if Palace are going to go into the season with a depleted squad, despite Glasner's best efforts. I think Steve Parish has fucked them over big time, especially with the massive balls up relating to Nottingham Forest regarding qualifying for the Europa League.
Right.
So I think Glasner's well within his right to be upset. And listen, both teams are going to want to win. Crystal Palace more so, especially with the home advantage. Especially because Nottingham Forest got into the Europa League ahead of them. I reckon this will be a really feisty game. It'll be a really good 2 o'clock kickoff. I believe it is.
I'm going to go 1-1. I just think both teams will be at it, man. And Crystal Palace fans will have a grudge against that Forest side because obviously they stole that Europa League dream from Crystal Palace. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I'm thinking, either a 1-1 draw or 2-1 Palace. I don't know which one.
Okay. I kind of
Because
like it.
Espirito Santo's getting threatened with the sack as well. Have you
Really?
seen that? Yeah. Nottingham
That's,
Forest owner. He's got tension with the Forest owner, so he's
yeah.
threatening to sack him now.
I can't lie to you. Standards. That's standard there. Standards.
But yeah, but both clubs seem to be like really on edge, and obviously what's happened between both those clubs, they're gonna fucking hate each other as well. Like I said before, this is going to be a brilliant game. I'll go with a feisty 1-1 draw, and there'll definitely be a player sent off. Definitely, without a shadow of a doubt.
In my opinion, it could literally go like 2-1 either way. It could go 2-1 either way, but I just think maybe it just be like a 1-1. I'll just settle it that way. A 1-1 draw on for both sides. I mean, obviously, like look, Forest good striker, Palace good striker. They're probably both of them probably bag. I reckon Warts will have a good game. I reckon Douglas Luiz, does he make his debut against does he make his debut away at Palace? Possibly not.
Might be a bit early.
Yeah, it might be a bit early to be fair. But yeah, I reckon it'll be 1-1 anyways. Both teams will be furious, especially Palace. They're gonna want it more because obviously you know what happened. Like I said, the Forest stole their Europa League dream. Let me get to the comments real quick and we'll move on.
Yeah, that's good.
Gabriel's in my FPL. Yeah, same. He's in my FPL too.
So
More wing and 10. I agree with that. I think they need more, to be honest. I think they need a
they
striker.
need Eze and Morgan Gibbs White.
They need Eze as well. They need
That's
Eze,
what I
like
said.
Josh said. Yeah, Eze. Yeah, I think left winger. They'll need. I think the left winger. They'll need a striker, a backup for Kulusevski. I know they have Kudus, but like I said, does he? He's not. He's not going to the AFCON. Is he? Ghana's on the AFCON this year. Ghana's out of the AFCON apparently. They didn't qualify for it. That's
That's
crazy.
crazy, that is.
You think Ghana would be in one of the teams in the AFCON, but they're not there. So Kudus will be there. So like I said, they'll need to go for more players, man. Midfielders, they'll need a backup for Van de Ven, even Vicario backup, because like I said, their second keeper, Austin, sorry, makes a lot of
No, he's
mistakes.
in my FPL. Respect him.
Go for Kelleher or something. Go for Kelleher or something. Reach Forest, get the W. Okay. Let me quickly go and see if there's any other comments.
That's fine.
Out on. There's one more comment that I'll get to in a bit, Sanket. I'll get to you in a bit. What's the next game again? Let me quickly look. Next game is Everton Brighton. Speaking of Everton, as Sankit and Rajat have been talking about, Tyler Dibbling and Jack Grealish, the new additions to Everton. How do you think they'll pan out this game against Brighton? Obviously, who do have United target Carlos Baleba and more. But yeah, what are you saying?
Well,
You are a steward at Brighton.
yeah. I won't be travelling up to Merseyside. Don't worry about that. I don't think Tyler Dibbling will start necessarily. I think he's been announced too late, maybe. Well, not enough. I think he'll be on the bench. Jack Grealish, I think he'll do well for Everton. Throughout the season, starting off today. Everton's first ever game at the Hill Dickinson Stadium or Harry Dickinson Stadium, if I'm not wrong. Very nice stadium, by the way.
Is this the new Everton Stadium name?
I think so. Yeah, it's another sponsorship name. You know what I mean?
I swear it was called something Docks or something, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Bradley Docks, wasn't it?
I'm not sure. I think it was called something Docks Stadium, if I'm not mistaken. Let me find that real quick. And guys, on your way and slap the like, people. Let's get 15 likes. There's like 114 of you watching. Let's subscribe to the channel and let's get to 500 subs, guys. Come on.
114 people is insane.
All of you watching on Twitter, head over to YouTube. The link's in the quote tweet. Go over to YouTube and click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. What is the stadium called?
But either way, it's going to be a brilliant atmosphere.
It's called Goodison Park still. I'm checking a live score. Hold on a minute. Everton new stadium name. Everton new stadium name is called Hill Dickinson Stadium.
I got it right.
Hill Dickinson Stadium. So yeah, it was one of the long-term agreement, one of the largest stadium naming rights deals in Europe. One of the largest naming rights deal in Europe.
And can I just say what a stadium it is?
That is Newcastle Stadium. That's not Everton Stadium. Big up to you, Hugh. Big up to you, bro. Big up to you, bro. Shout out to big up to you. Big up to you. He's given his thoughts already in the Kai Havertz injury. You can rewind back to the first few minutes, or when we talked about Arsenal Leeds. I think he mentioned Kai Havertz's injury as a
quick summary. We've got players that can play there anyway. Arteta will miss him. I don't think we will.
Yeah, I think you'll definitely miss his hard work. That's what I think you will miss. But yeah, in terms of that,
Everton Brighton game. Sorry, 2-1 Everton. They'll get off to a winning start.
I was thinking the same as well. I was thinking 2-1 Everton. Obviously, they've got two good new players. Tyler Dibbling's come in. Jack Grealish has come in. You know, they've got some. Who else did they bring in again? I forgot. They brought in someone else. I'm literally forgetting. Dewsbury Hall.
He's in my bloody FPL.
And why is James Garner listed as a left back? Unless this is completely wrong. One of our own, by the way, James Garner. I love that, James Garner.
Not as good as Daniel Ballard.
I'll get back to you in a bit, bro. I'll get back to you in a bit. I haven't missed your comment. Don't worry. Everton. Who else did they make? Can you guys let me know in the chat which of the signings Everton made, please, people? Because I'm kind of lost here. I didn't come prepared. That's my fault. I didn't come prepared.
Well, that's our fault, mate. I mean, we've both made fools of ourselves, I suppose. That might be a bit harsh for
you. That's pretty much it, to be fair. They have just Branthwaite missing. But I still think Everton will get the win. I reckon it's their first home game at the new stadium. They're gonna go for the win. I'm gonna go 2-1 Everton under the lights at the new. Under the lights, I mean, a 2:00 kickoff in the afternoon in the UK. I'm gonna say 2-1 Everton under the sun.
But they have to get off to a winning start.
They have to. They have to. They
Although,
have.
considering it's Everton, you wouldn't put it past them to lose.
Nah, nah.
Yeah, I'll give them benefit of the doubt.
Big up to you, SK. Big up to you, bro. From Boston, Massachusetts. Big up to you, my guy. Make sure you guys go sub to SKFC, people. I'll put the link in the chat. SKFC. Go and get him to a new milestone, people. My fellow subscriber and my fellow pal from Boston, Massachusetts. Best city in America as always. Big up to you, SKFC, every single time. Let me quickly find his channel and I'll put in the chat, people. But guys, continue to hit the like button and sub to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let me get to the comments real quick. One question from my side. Is Angelo still a deep line playmaker? Yeah, he's more like a Tony Cruz type player. He's like a player that plays from deep. He can play like a pass. He can play like a pass from deep. You know what I'm trying to say? Like a playmaker, like that. Yeah, like how you mentioned, deep line.
Is he the guy from Stuttgart?
Yeah, Stuttgart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy. Oh, poor sod.
Tony Cruz recommended him as one of the players to replace him or something like that. But I don't know. You know, we shall see. We shall see. But yeah, let me get to the comments real quick. Again, 3-1 Brighton. Mitoma Baleba goal. Ooh, that's gonna be tough on Everton, man. They lose that game. It's gonna be tough on them. They don't want to lose. They don't want to lose this game. Everton do not want to lose this game. They will not want to lose this game, people. So yeah, I reckon they will. I reckon they will win this game still, Everton. But let me put SK's link in the chat real quick, people. SK's link in the chat. Here it is. SK's link. Go subscribe to this channel, people. SKFC. Fellow Chelsea fan. Let's get him to 120 subs, guys, at least. Or 125. Come on, guys. Buy and watch along? No, buy and watch along. Let me see any other comments that I missed out. Sorry, people. I'll leave it up here because obviously that comment's gonna go away in a bit. But yeah, Manchester United away at Fulham. Obviously, I'll start that one. I'll start with that one because I'm the United fan. Look, the loss last week. Not happy with the result, but like I said, the performance still gave me a bit of confidence that we can go into this game with a bit of hope. Because in the last 8 games against Fulham away, we've won all 8 games in a row. Away at Craven Cottage. We've won away at Craven Cottage for 8 games straight. So I'm hoping to make that 9. Hoping to get a few players off the mark. Cunha, Buemo, Sesko. Want these players to get off the mark. Want these players to chip in with something, to contribute to something. Want these players to give something as well, because I want to see, I want to see more. I want to see more from the attack. I want to see them linking up, creating chances for each other. Because last week against Arsenal, the only issue we had was our final third play, and I want that to improve this week. I want the final third play to improve. I want our players to go forward and link up. I want to see better substitutions from the manager. In my opinion, I don't want to see Ugarte come off the bench no more. I don't want to see him play this game. I want to see him. Maybe if you want to control the game later on in the game, if you're winning, maybe bring him on to control the game. Fair enough. But if you bring him on in the game when you need a goal, I'm sorry, that's not the way forward. I think you leave him off, leave him on the bench, and you try and give Kobe minutes. You leave him on the bench and give Kobe Manu minutes. The guy is starving for minutes, and the guy deserves minutes. He needs to play on that left 8 or wherever it is he can play to get us something. Because I think Kobe would have come off the bench and got something out of the game against Arsenal. He would have definitely got something in the game against Arsenal, in my opinion. He should have played, and I think he deserves to play. So let's see what we do from Fulham. Obviously, they're still a good side going forward. They are a scary side going forward at times. This is the most ideal scenario for them, is they take the lead, they can play a low block, and we'll struggle. That's the one thing that we'll struggle to do: score against a low block. So listen. At the end of the day, all I ask for is a United win. Hopefully, we can get the win. Hopefully, we can go away to Fulham and get a result that we need. Obviously for Fulham, they've still got players like Anthony Robinson, but he's out with a knock. Got Sasa Lukic, Sander Berg, who is a very good ball playing player. They got Josh King, very familiar face, from Bournemouth back then. Alex Iwobi, Raul Jimenez, Joachim Anderson, Calvin Bassey, and then they got Bernd Leno in goal. So listen, that's still good. That's a decent side for Fulham. Big up to you, AFC. Always big up to my bro. Big up to you, my guy. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on the game. We're missing Lissandro and Mazraoui. That's only two players that are injured. Onana might be dropped again. Who knows? But apparently we're linked to the new goalkeeper called Sine Lemens from Royal Antwerp for I don't know how much he is worth, but around less than 20 million, I think, from what I heard. He was valued at around 15 to 17 million by Royal Antwerp. So listen, if we can get over the line and make him our number one goalkeeper, we shall see. Onan and Bayindir had to be one of the two worst goalkeepers I've ever seen in my club in my lifetime. Easily. They're worse than Thomas Kuszak and Ben Foster when he was at United. Seriously, I'm not even taking the piss. They're worse than Anders Lindegaard, bro. I'd even go as far as that. Because Anders Lindegaard started the game at Anfield and we won the game 2-1. So listen, I'm not gonna really talk about that no more. But the United game, listen, all we need to do is go and get the win. Arsenal 1886, not Arteta 2019. As Josh
That's
says,
it.
as Arsenal,
The FC always knows what's up.
100%, bro, 100%. But that's the.
What's your score prediction for the Fulham game?
For the Fulham game, I'm gonna go with a 2-1 Man United win.
Fair enough.
3-1 Man United win. I'm not sure. A 2-1 or a 3-1 Man United win. I'm probably gonna say 2-1 just to be
I'm
safe.
fairly confident on this. You mentioned you've won 8 of your last 8 games of at Craven Cottage, haven't you? I don't think that's going to change this season. I feel like it's going to be the same scoreline as the West Ham Chelsea game, 3-0. You're going to slap them, in my opinion. Like everything will click into gear. It will be long overdue.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I mean. Long
Yeah.
overdue. I think Sesko will get his first goal. I think Mbuemo will get an assist or two, and I think Cunha will get on the score sheet as well. I'll also go with Harry Maguire from a corner kick. Why not? If he is starting. That might be a bit embarrassing if he doesn't. But anyway, a header from a set piece like Delit or something.
Cunha will start.
Yeah, I don't know about Maguire. But
No, I don't think Maguire starts. I think De Ligt will start. I think it'll be
yeah, Delit from a corner.
same defensive pairing as last week.
I think it'll be a very, very happy Super Sunday for Manchester United fans.
I think Heaven will start this week though. I don't think it'll be anyone else. I don't think Shaw will start this week. I think it'll be Aiden Heaven this week. That's my thoughts on it.
Fair enough. But I'll go 3-0 United. Enjoy it. You fucking need some enjoyment.
I hope so, bro. 3-1 United. Bruno Brace and Cunha go. Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna say Bruno will bag. I reckon Sesko will get his first goal, and I think Cunha will get his first goal with an Mbuemo assist. And for them, I think Calvin Bassey from a corner. Calvin Bassey will score from the corner. But yeah, that's my prediction. Next year he has 35 million release clause. We see how Perez works. Only go for free transfer and players who has release clause on their contract. Second, I want to ask you a question. By the way, I will ask you in a bit. But I do have to ask you real quick. Actually, let me get to this comment earlier. I am only concerned about Angelo Stiller was his physical side. Mark my words, if Angelo Stiller stays this season, I think we'll go in for him. Okay. I mean, he's a very like Toni Kroos type player. The problem is Toni Kroos was never as physical like that. He was always a very good ball player. He never needed the physicality. He was always a very good creator of the ball. So listen, that's the one thing that I think you guys need. You need that Toni Kroos creative type player. Smash the likes up, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Guys, we're one sub away from 410. One sub away from 410. And I would love to get a 420, guys. 420 before next week, if we can, people. 420 before next week. I think if I missed out any comments, let me quickly go and see. Next, yeah, this one. That's it. This one. There we go.
Nice little segue onto the Monday night game.
Isak Derby. Isak Derby.
Where do we even start? I feel
Uh,
the best way to do this is, I mean, we're gonna have to like provide a little bit explanation as to what this fixture means at the minute. Obviously, regarding Alexander Isak
hmm.
wanting to leave Newcastle, kicking up a fuss to leave Newcastle, social media statements and what have you, hasn't put in a transfer request because that would mean he'd get less money on his loyalty bonus. Keep that in
I
mind.
don't like what he did, bro. I'll be honest with you. I don't like the way he took it to social media.
No, you know what I think it is? I think he has been horribly advised by his agent. Because you look at his agent's clients, Alexander Isak is by far the most valuable and well known. I feel like the timing of this was really poor because Liverpool and Arsenal had already brought strikers by then.
Yeah.
I feel Liverpool kind of delayed the deal because they stole Ekitike without really needing to. Now, obviously, Ekitike started really well at Liverpool, but it was kind of unnecessary in the context of the Isak deal. He refused to go to the PFA Player of the Year awards. I think he's handled it horribly, and I think his agent has screwed him up as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't think Liverpool have covered themselves in glory either. We saw the same thing with Van Dijk in the summer of 2017, to the point where they had to issue an apology to Southampton over trying to tap
Yeah.
Van Dijk up. So I don't, Newcastle. I mean, Eddie Howe admitted it's a lose-lose in his press conference today. Because even if they make a profit, they're losing out on one of the best strikers in the world, and they haven't got a lot of time to replace him. A lot of their targets have already gone this summer, and for that reason, Newcastle are going to be angry and they're going to be on it on Monday night. The St James's Park faithful are going to be absolutely rapturous on Monday night. Liverpool are missing Frimpong. I think they're missing Connor Bradley, so I think Endo or Joe Gomez will have to play right back. Gravenberch didn't play against Bournemouth because he was suspended on the last game of last season, so he won't be match fit. Or well, he won't be match sharp anyway. I feel this has all the makings for a famous Newcastle victory. I'm going to go 3-1 Newcastle. I think Liverpool will crumble under the cauldron of the St James's Park atmosphere.
I'm gonna go with a 2-2 draw.
Come on, there has to be a winner here. There has to be.
I don't know, man. To be honest with you, because yeah, I know Frimpong's injured. I know that. I know Frimpong's injured. I know that. Frimpong was. I know Slot announced it in his press conference that he was not fit. Um, I don't know, man. What was your prediction again? You said Liverpool win.
No, 3-1 Newcastle.
Newcastle win.
That's not surprising in the slightest. I reckon Anthony Gordon breaks his duck. I think he's
Wow.
gone about 9 months without scoring. Trust me, Newcastle are out for revenge, and I think they'll get revenge. Listen, it's going
You
to be an absolute cauldron of noise
you make a
at
good
St
point.
James's Pub.
You make a good point of the revenge thing. Sorry to cut in that. You make a good point. Liverpool, Newcastle want to send a message to Liverpool saying you can have Isak, but we're still here to play. You know
Yeah.
that, bro. I genuinely hope you're right, but I just don't know. I see. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I see a Liverpool win here. I think Liverpool on the Monday night against Newcastle. They're gonna want to sell. They also want to say to Newcastle, fuck it, give us your player and give us the win.
But they're going to have to play Joe Gomez or Endo at right back.
Both sides are gonna want it so much as well. Both sides are gonna want it. So I don't know, actually, bro. It literally can go any way this time. This game could go any way, man. Genuinely, it could go any way. I'm gonna say it'll be 3-1 on either side. To be fair, it'll be either 2-1 Newcastle or 3-1 Liverpool or 1-1 draw. I have three predictions in my mind. Three
Well, you
predictions
have
in
to
my.
pick one, my man.
Do you know what, Josh? Fuck it, I'll join you. 2-1 Newcastle. Fuck it, let's join.
I said 3-1 Newcastle.
I'll join you. 2-1 Newcastle. Because last time I said it, what happened? So I'm gonna go for it as well. Last time I said Palace was gonna win, I got it right. I'm gonna say Newcastle win 2-1. Newcastle win 2-1 at home. Sell Isak, but get the win. I hope that happens. Let me get to the comments real quick. Sancho also took it to social media. Yes, but Ten Hag did too. Ten Hag took it to the press conference. And that was not professional, in my opinion, on both sides. Isak and Gyökeres was talking during the window. Both sides, both players, man, should not have done that. I think it's very unprofessional the way you've handled your ex-club, man. I'm sorry. It's very, very, like, if you want
Look
to
at
leave,
Eze.
yeah, Eze did it. Eze was respectful. The way he wanted to leave Palace was fair. Was it not that Guehi was ignoring Glasner last week at Stamford Bridge? Was it not Guehi that ignored him, or was it Eze that ignored Glasner last week at Stamford Bridge? It was one of
I
those
didn't
players
see that story.
because one of them ignored Glasner at Stamford Bridge after the 0-0 draw. Isak waited for Gyökeres to move.
Do you have proof of that? I'm not trying to be a dick. I genuinely want to know if there's like any journalist that's talked about that because that would be fascinating to see.
Which one?
Well, no, seeing this story about Isak waiting for Gyökeres to move clubs,
I don't think so.
unless it's like
I don't know. Maybe it's just a theory that he's saying because obviously both of them wanted to leave their club so badly, and maybe Isak took example from Gyökeres the way he left Sporting, and he said, "You know what?
don't
Fuck it.
take
I'm going to copy you. I'm going to
examples
leave
of Gyökeres.
this." Well, I think it's a very, I think it's a, I think it's a scum. I think it's a very scummy move. It's a very scummy move, man. I'm sorry. It's a horrible move to do that. I don't like the way the way Ronaldo left Man United. Look at the way he left Man United. Respectfully left Man United.
He called himself a slave the previous year.
Look at the way. Would you call Newcastle? Sorry, not Newcastle. Look at the way Bale left Tottenham. Look at the way Modric left Tottenham. Look at the way Harry Kane left Tottenham. Look at the way Beckham left Man United. He didn't take it to social media. It was handled behind the scenes. Look at the way Van Nistelrooy left Man United. It was handled behind the scenes. It wasn't taken to the public. It wasn't on the news. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
Sorry, who you saying? Who you saying recently said he was a slave?
Oh no, Ronaldo in 2008 said he was slave. Said he was a slave because Sir Alex Ferguson refused to sell him to Real Madrid or Barcelona.
Can you blame Sir Alex though? I mean,
Obviously not.
How could you want to sell a player like Cristiano Ronaldo, bro? Who went on to
I know, but if he's calling himself a slave, I mean that's just crazy. You know?
I don't believe that, but at the same time, sometimes
No, he literally got quoted it, but I'll let you off. Don't worry.
the papers, it's the papers. Real quick, what's your prediction for the Bayern? Sanket's asking, what's your prediction for Leipzig versus Bayern? I'm gonna say 3-1 Bayern Munich.
2-0 Bayern.
Fair enough.
Counter-attacking masterclass.
Yeah, Harry Kane bags 2, and I think
Kane and Elise.
Elise gets 1, maybe. Yeah, Elise gets 1 actually. La Liga will suit Angelo Stiller. He's saying Angelo Stiller compared to the Premier League. Maybe. Isak is so desperate to join Liverpool. Why don't he give him transfer request to Newcastle? Because he was greedy. He didn't want to give up his business.
Mentioned that bonuses.
Bonuses, yeah, loyalty bonuses as well. As you mentioned.
Yeah, he'd have to lose that because he's breaking contract. Well, breaking loyalty contract.
Bradley just trained. Gomez isn't fit yet.
Also, it'll be Conor Bradley.
Yeah, Conor Bradley.
That's good news for Liverpool.
I think he'll do well. I think he's a really underrated player. Very underrated player. Liverpool don't have a good Monday night record. I disagree with that. They have a really good Monday night record.
Oh, last season they must have had a good Monday night record.
I think you're talking about Saturday afternoon because I remember the season before. I remember the 2022 season, 22-23 season. Liverpool, 12 p.m. kickoff. I remember how awful they were. They kept losing 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 to everyone. You know what I'm trying to say? Or the early kickoff that season. They
lost their last Monday night game against Brighton. I was there.
Which game was it? Last season? Was last
season?
Yeah,
May 2024.
How much did they lose by? 2-1?
3-2.
Right. Yes, 3-2, 3-2.
But I mean, if they were champions, there must have been a few Monday nights where they won. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they didn't care about that. 2-1 Liverpool, Wirtz and Gakpo goal. Okay, fair enough. Maybe this is what big up to you, Mr. Joshua J. Subscribe to his channel. Link in the chat as well. They're both Swedish. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Actually, they're both Swedish. I was thinking, what link do they have together? I'm like, that's why he mentioned it.
I know,
I'm like,
I knew they were Swedish. I just didn't know if there was any journalists that knew about them two talking to each other about it.
I forgot one of them was Swedish for a second. That's what I forgot about. If Isak was to leave before Gyökeres, Arsenal would have gone for Isak instead. Thoughts?
I wouldn't have minded that, but I'll back Jokeris all the way.
Yeah, Gyökeres will do well. Gyökeres will do well. Even as a rival fan, I don't like the Gyökeres slander, especially when everyone was begging for Gyökeres to join them as well. You know,
Especially when no one mentions João Pedro or Benjamin Sesko. That
exactly.
played just as poorly.
I have utmost admiration for Ronaldo. He leaves Prime United to join struggling Real Madrid, and
struggling.
To be fair to you, they did struggle. To be fair,
yeah, honestly.
And then they won
for their standards. They struggles, but fuck me, I wouldn't mind them. You know,
they ended up having a very successful period. They won the Champions League four times with Ronaldo,
and 3 times in a row.
100%. Let me put Mr. Joshie J's link in the chat, people, and go subscribe to his channel if you haven't done so already. And keep subbing to this channel as well, guys. 1 sub away from 410. 1 sub away from 410. Here it is. Here it is. I found the link. Everyone's so good they compared to Haaland. Until they compared to Haaland, sorry.
That's why he's in my FPL. Although I haven't got him captain this week. I'll change it back. I mean, Haaland's the disrespect Haaland gets is just insane. Hasn't he scored like, what was it, 157 goals in 157 games in his career or something? Just absolutely insane.
Isak is such an idiot. He was doing all this shit in the World Cup year. Good point. It is a World Cup year as well. It is a World Cup year, and the World Cup year is always going to be a year where players really need to be careful with what decision they make, because they're going to want to get their place in the World Cup squad come next year as well. Don't forget. So that's going to be something that they need to consider. Let me see if any comments I missed out on before we move on.
Yep.
That's about it, I think. No worries, bro. No worries, man. Current Premier League strikers. Okay, sorry. I didn't get it. Last 2 seasons was considered a bad season for him, and he was outscoring almost everyone in the league. I remember Haaland at the start had Rodri and Kevin De Bruyne, and then he went off. He went awfully quiet, and then City just couldn't score, and then they struggled to win games. To sign Marmoush, they lost an FA Cup final. It was a season to forget for Man City, if you ask me. It was a season to forget.
No, even then, I think he scored against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, and then he scored a hat-trick against Ipswich, and then a hat-trick against West Ham, and then a double against Brighton, and then he scored against Arsenal. So he already reached 10 goals in 5 games.
Haaland?
Yeah, last season.
Haaland didn't score a hat-trick at Stamford Bridge last season.
No, he didn't. No, not at Stamford Bridge. He scored at Stamford Bridge. Scored a hat-trick against Ipswich and West Ham. And then scored brace against Brentford. And then scored against Arsenal. So 10 goals in 5 games. I mean, anyone would have thought he'd win the Golden Boot that year, but Salah stole him.
Understand Tottenham are not prepared to improve their bid for Sabinho over 70 million. After the game this weekend, Man City hierarchy blocked all approaches in the last 10 days. Wow.
That's weird timing for games tomorrow.
If they blocked all approaches, then they don't want to sell him. Then
Spurs are desperate.
Sorry?
Spurs are desperate, obviously.
100% they are. But I don't see why they go for Sabinho, man. I don't see why they go for Sabinho, honestly. Go for Alejandro Garnacho, man. He's here. Take him. I mean, take him.
Reece Nelson's available. Fabio Vieira. We'll help Spurs.
You wouldn't dare do business with Tottenham, bro. You wouldn't dare do business.
Point. Unless it's their captain on the free.
But Spurs will get them one more try. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how Spurs will do in that deal. He's about to reach 100 league goals. That is going to be insane. Especially this is like his 4th Premier League season now. Haaland. Yeah, this
This
is
will
going
be
to be
by
his
far
4th
the
Premier League
quickest.
season already, Erling Haaland, and it's going to reach 100 goals in 4 seasons. That's incredible. That is incredible. They want to keep him unless Rodrigo is available. Listen, that's up to Real Madrid. I hope he's not available because I do not want him coming to the Prem and cooking us up, man. I don't want Rodrigo coming to the Prem and cooking all of us, man. He's gonna be a bagsman in the Premier League. Garnacho reject Tottenham. Listen, don't reject Tottenham. Get your ass over there. You know what I'm trying to say. But Josh, anything you want to say before we close out? You want to say anything more? Actually, let's do a round of bingo or 2 before. Let's do a quick bingo. You're on mute, bro.
Footy bingo.
Yes,
So my dog's barking in the background because the Hoover's on.
No worries, man. But we've got a bigger audience now. We might as well try. You know what I'm trying to say?
Try and get more than 3 people this time.
Let's get 5 people, guys. Come on, let's get 5 people. Rodrigo should leave for his career, possibly. But would you want to give up winning trophies? I mean, Real Madrid win trophies. I almost said Spurs there. They just won their first trophy after God knows how long against Man United. But at the end of the day, I think you should leave for a club that wants to win. So Man City possibly will be a good move for Rodrigo, but I think Real Madrid, if you want to stay at Real Madrid, you can collect all the trophies, man. You'll collect all the trophies still. But Sankit, I want to ask you something in the chat. Are Real Madrid really considering selling Camavinga? Because I don't think they should. This is a question to Sankit only, because Sankit's a Real Madrid fan. I'm only asking Sankit here. So Sankit, I want to know your thoughts on Camavinga. Why are Real Madrid trying to sell him, Camavinga? I don't want Camavinga to leave Real Madrid, bro. I really like the guy. I want him to ruin his career. I don't want him to ruin his career. Savinho was 70 million. I think United paid 65 million for him. When was no overpay. I don't think it was an overpay. I think it was just what Brentford really wanted, and we just had to pay to get him. The source for Camavinga isn't true. I'm not asking for the source. I'm just saying, why are Real Madrid considering selling Camavinga? I'm asking Sankit. I'm asking Sankit. I want to know his opinion on the Camavinga, because Camavinga is possibly leaving Real Madrid. Possibly. Don't know. I don't know if it's I don't know how his how true it is, but listen, we shall see.
Nearly done it.
No worries.
You know how fucking slow my computer is.
Because of his injury issues from last 2 seasons. Okay. But why though? I mean, you need cover, don't you? You need cover at left back. We shall see, though, to be fair. We shall see. I don't think Camavinga leaves. But listen, if Camavinga does end up leaving, I know where. I hope we sign him. I hope we sign a player like him. He's a quality player. He'd be really good in the Prem, if you ask me. I think Camavinga would be very good in the Prem. Bro, I know he's not going anywhere. You don't have to keep repeating. I know he's not going anywhere. I'm just saying that if he does leave, I hope he joins. I hope he comes to the Prem, because he'll ball out in the Prem.
Right. Respect Monkey D. Luffy, Akram. Come on.
That's my pal, bro. Don't worry. We go back and forth every single day about it. We go back and forth every day, bro, about bullshit. Don't worry. Just journalists have nothing to report. I hear you, but still, listen. I need to know the accuracy of the news. You know what I'm trying to say? Sankit's a Real Madrid fan. I want to know Sankit's thoughts on it. That's it.
Yeah, this computer is so goddamn slow. I keep pressing create and it's not loading at all. This is terrible.
We'll save it for next time. The Premier League's actually about to start in like 15 minutes, so we'll close out.
Yeah, good point. Sorry about that, man.
No. Don't worry. We'll close out, and then we'll do it next week. I'll try and sort out my laptop for next week. Don't worry about it. I'll try and sort it out. Don't want Camavinga to be sold. I think we should give him one more season. I hear you. I agree. You should give him one more season. I hear you 100%. But guys, I really appreciate you guys in the chat. I really appreciate you guys, showing your support as always. Keep liking the video. Keep subbing to the channel. We're getting ever so closer to 500 subs by the day. So people keep subbing. One more sub needed for 410. 11 more subs for 420. If you guys could keep on subbing, that'd be fantastic. And Josh will be back on Monday for the Premier League. Sorry,
Well,
Tuesday.
it'll be Tuesday. Yeah.
Tuesday, because we need to wait for Liverpool, Newcastle as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys. We'll see you guys on Tuesday. I might be back tomorrow night for the U.S. Open preview, depending on obviously how I can get the lads to join, if possible. And that's about it for today. Make sure you guys take care. One more comment. The judges and Chigurito, these two sources like the sun from Spain. I don't even know the what do you call the how do you say it, the sources that was reporting the news. So listen, I'm not really bothered about that anymore. But anyways, guys, we're out. Take care. Like, share,
And
subscribe.
thank you for over 100 views as well. It's fantastic.
112 now, guys. Like the video, sub 410 subs or 420. That'll do. Take care, guys. We're out. Peace. All right, mate. Take care. Like, share, subscribe. We are out. Come on, United.